In the socioeconomic system, the disparity in median household wealth between the different races is known as the racial wealth gap. In York University, the dedicated students that investigate this topic are members of an elite group known as the minorities. These are their stories.
So, you get your paycheck yesterday?
Yep. You mean that piece of paper that barely keeps a roof over my head?
Yeah, man, it's rough out here, I can't even lie. What's the case today, though?
Charles Smith.
Oh, the singer. That's my guy, actually.
Nah, dude, that's Sam Smith.
Oh, Charles Smith. Makes sense. Schmidt Industries, right?
Yep, that's the CEO.
Okay.
What am I doing here? Who are you?
Well. Charles. It's the guy, right?
Yeah.
Schmidt Industries. It's fancy. Your suit and your tie and stuff. Wanna know why you're here? Huh? Systemic oppression, bro. Yeah, we're on to you. We're on to you.
Yeah. You've been playing dumb this whole time, but guess what? You've been paying some of your workers way less than your other workers, particularly those of visible minority, even if they're in the same positions and perform the same amount of work. And guess what? This isn't fair.
What are you even talking about? This is how business works. This is how it's done in our country.
Charles, your perception of how we do things in this country is hurting a lot of folks.
Why?
You're contributing to the systemic oppression of our society.
What in the world is systemic oppression? What? I don't know what you're gonna talk about.
What in the world is systemic oppression?
Of course you don't know what systemic.
Of course you don't know what systemic oppression is. Of course you don't. Look at you. Your fancy suit and your ties. Thinking that you're better than me? I'll tell you what systemic oppression is. I'll tell you. Different laws and policies, right, that were set out to disadvantage a certain group of people. And most of them, most of them look just like me. Yeah. We can date those back to like 1619, bro.
1619? Does that not ring a bell for you?
1619?
Black individuals were completely subjugated by the slave trade in America, with discrimination against their rights, wealth accumulation, and property ownership. They were exploited for their labor, turned into commodities, and the colonials consumed the profits.
Are you starting to get how this works out? This is exactly how the advantaged colonialists were able to accumulate their wealth early on. This is more than just about underpaying some of your employees. You are actually contributing to something called the racial wealth gap.
Racial wealth gap.
Wait. They're only trying to be innovative and use their resources wisely. That's what the system's all about.
What the system's all about, huh? Okay. What about the 14th Amendment? It was supposed to protect the rights of all people, regardless of your skin color, but instead ended up protecting corporations.
What do you expect us to do? We're trying to build opportunities for the greater good, for the most amount of people. If some people can take advantage, it's not our fault.
Immigrants come to this country thinking they can get better opportunities. The American dream. They come here to live, to work, and escape the fear of impoverishment. But in actuality,
Immigrants have to pay $1,800 more in taxes than they do for the cost of their own benefits. Legal or illegal, they can't get essential services provided by the government. As a result, they have to pay more for these services.
So what? Some people are rich and some people aren't. You know what that's called? It's called capitalism. You work hard and you make money. You don't work hard, you're not going to make money. So the democracy agreed on. Don't blame me.
It's actually called structural racism. So some of us have been set up for failure since the very beginning. The Homestead Act, you know what that is?
Homestead? Of course I know what that is. We were given...
Shut up! Of course you don't know what that is. It's supposed to assist people by giving them land. But instead, had a counter effect and helped the colonialists accumulate wealth and actually giving people that were slaves a pretty slow start.
Not only that, Jim Crow has also had a significant influence on structural racism.
Who's that? Martin Luther King's brother?
So in the 1830s, there was a white American actor that performed a dance mocking African Americans, and they named it Jim Crow.
The derogatory caricature represented black people and became the name of a law that justified marginalization and segregation of African Americans.
Segregation of housing, properties, schools, businesses, and public services created political, economic, and social disparities within society, leading to further inequalities in education and financial well-being. The GI Bill was meant to provide servicemen and servicewomen after World War II various benefits such as the option to receive post-secondary education or loans for housing and businesses. But due to intense racial discrimination at the time, visible minorities struggled to receive any compensation for their service and often had to resort to unskilled manual jobs when they returned.
Wait. It's 2019. It's the land of opportunities. If you work hard, you'll make money. If you invest smart, you'll make money. The only reason these people are not making money is because they're not investing smart. They're not working hard enough. I would have no problems paying my workers more if they worked harder, if they invested smarter. But no, you can't change history, but you sure damn can change your own future.
2007, 2010, you remember that? The Great Recession? Remember that? No? You don't remember? Your company almost went down under? Still don't remember? All right, cool. Let's paint the picture for you.
This means that approximately 1 in 4 blacks, compared to 1 in 7 whites, were underemployed. Property constitutes as the main source of wealth for the majority of Black and Latino communities, and because most of them lost their homes, they also lost approximately 3 to 4 times more wealth than white households. And so, this recession created unequal wealth recovery.
You have no idea how much wealth minorities would have accumulated if working hard were the solution. Okay, there's no magic solution. The point is, it's not about working hard. It's about being able to identify and acknowledge the patterns of advantages and disadvantages that some people have accumulated because of the color of their skin.
Okay. Well, what am I supposed to do about it?
See, that's the thing. There isn't one concrete solution towards the racial wealth gap. However, acknowledging the inequalities that minorities have suffered is the first step towards closing that gap. The problem is structural, but before we change the structure, we have to be aware of the implications this complex issue has on the system. You've just been educated.